The GP Academy is a unique project that came out of an idea from the University of Nottingham and Health Education England regarding workforce demand. The Nuffield Trust has said within 5 years we'll be 7,000 GPs short, 11,000 in 10 years' time. So it's really important that we look to our young GPs that are being trained now and our newly qualified GPs as our future workforce. The main idea really is to develop a longitudinal mentorship of our GPs, and by that what I mean is using senior GPs and academics, mainly based at the University of Nottingham at the moment, although we're hoping to spread that further afield, to use them to supervise and to mentor and to support our young GPs, our first 5 to 10s, but also our GP registrars in the region, who will then hopefully feed down and support our medical students and encourage them to want to be GPs. So that's the longitudinal mentorship. How do we do that? Well, we take GPs and young GPs and GP trainees who are interested in medical education, and we use medical education to train with the aim of retaining them locally in the region. So far we've run our pilot study, which took 12 of our local GP registrars who've shown an interest in medical education but have no experience. We've taken them and trained them how to teach, not only teach in a small group setting, but also how to teach and how to supervise medical students and the widening clinical team that we're seeing more and more of in primary care at the moment.
The Teaching Academy has opened my eyes to the opportunity of teaching within general practice. So the opportunity to not just teach medical students, but also my role as a GP to teach my colleagues, and all, including sort of practice nurses, reception staff, everybody really. There's an opportunity for me to help in some way.
We've given them the basic generic skills, but then above and beyond that, we've now taken them into an environment where they have been able to use those skills to teach students under the supervision of experienced educators. And at every stage of the process, they've had feedback, they've had one-to-one tuition and one-to-one feedback on how to improve themselves.
Told people what we did when we did our training days, and they were quite jealous.
It was really great, got the opportunity to do lots of teaching practice and learn a bit more about the theory of teaching as well. Then got the opportunity to do some more formal teaching with the students through the University of Nottingham, and get some feedback from experienced teachers as well.
We've now seen that the GP registrars themselves have talked about being much more resilient in their job. They've actually told us that they feel that they understand more about being a GP, and they're getting an awful lot more out of their GP training because they understand the educational side of things an awful lot better.
Since being part of the Academy, I'm looking at ways to introduce a regular teaching as part of my weekly routine. I just feel much more confident to be able to do that now.
Our hope and our aim is that the Academy, over the next 12 months, we will train another 50 GP registrars and 50 young doctors, so first 5 or first 10 GPs, to teach how to teach. We've already got interest from other regions, so Lincolnshire, for example, have said they want us to take this to them.
It was a small pilot we've only had with a small number of people. It has piqued interest in my colleagues. They are interested. I am interested. And if we're interested, we're going to stay around the area. And hopefully we can let other people from other places know, and maybe they'll even come to Derby as well.
We need to do everything that we can to support these young doctors, to help them not only stay in general practice, but particularly to stay in the regions in which they were trained.